Oh, greetings and salutations. I'm your host, Dr. Mega. Tonight, welcome to the sixth night. We have a very lovely and beloved classic. Honestly, I gotta say, this one needs no introduction at all, but as always, let's check the trick-or-treat bag, shall we, boys and ghouls? Hope you're doing well. This is awesome as me. Tonight, we're gonna feature a little bit of trick-or-treating, a little bit awesome. Let's see what we got here. The first thing we got us a little pumpkin. Oh, look at that, for my little pumpkin, look at that. And lastly, oh, it's Snoopy. It's Snoopy on a piano. Well, if you can probably tell from the background music, tonight's movie is going to be definitely the beloved 1966 classic. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Oh boy, jolly good. This movie is just beloved all around the world. The one thing I love about it was short and sweet. And honestly, it breaks down the doors of every single Halloween special your heart desires. And leave it to Charles Schultz to actually bring the whole entire world of Charlie Brown and the Peanuts Gang to life in this beloved classic. It's probably one of the biggest ones. Short and sweet, it's like 25 minutes tops. And if you have never seen it, please, I encourage you. I don't know a single soul who has not seen this one. The whole premise of it is just normal. It's the night before Halloween, and the kids are getting ready for everything. But Linus, for some bizarre reason, has an obsession with something called the Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin is basically this magical being. It sounds like almost like Santa Claus or something. You know, he just magically appears and grants you wishes and stuff like that. He even writes letters to the Great Pumpkin. One of my favorite lines in this entire movie, or entire short, I should say, not a movie, but I just love it because, you know, it's the most iconic, you know, Halloween classic there is, you know, but the Great Pumpkin and also, you know, the Peanuts Gang, is the fact that Linus writes, the first thing you never talk about is religion, politics, and the Great Pumpkin. And he's so right. Too right to that one, Charles. Cheers. And it's funny because all the kids are going out trick-or-treating, and of course there's two storylines going on, and that's what's really unique about this one, because at the time of the cartoon they were stuck with a one-track mind. But the thing is about this one is Charlie and the gang are too busy trick-or-treating with Lucy and Pigpen and the other characters. Linus, on the other hand, is too busy out in the field with his love interest, who is Charlie Brown's sister, and they spend the entire Halloween night just looking for the Great Pumpkin. God bless their souls. But it's just crazy that he finally sees the Great Pumpkin, he thinks, but it's just secretly just Snoopy all along. Poor Snoop. But he's just trying. That's one thing I always love about Snoop. He always is a firm believer of making sure that you have a good time no matter what you believe in. But I gotta admit, this is like one of those top tier. And if it wasn't for this cartoon, we wouldn't have everything you see today. Because after the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, there were so many Halloween cartoons, all thanks to this beloved classic. And honestly, it's a real privilege to review this one because it's the first time I've ever done it, and I hope I did a solid job. And please give me some feedback, and if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. I just decided, you know, knock this one out for the sixth night because I've been dying to do this one for Lord knows how long, and it's like, you know, honestly, a real honor to do this, especially. But there you have it. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, 1966. Needless to say, I mean, there doesn't really need any more introduction. We all know the story, we all love it, and it's just one of those things that it's a great torch that gets handed on to your pumpkins from that generation to the next generation, and so forth and so on. So make sure that your jack-o'-lanterns are lit, and make sure your ghosts are full of fright, and your witches are flying quite well, because honestly, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be here. And I'd like to say one thing, and you gotta do me one favor and one favor only, and that is, stay spooky, my friends.